Evening, guys. Welcome to another Midweek devotional. Today we're going to be continuing on in our series of the Beatitudes, and we are going to be in Matthew chapter 5 verse 5, which says, "God blesses those who are humble, for they will inherit the whole earth." So the first two blessings have come to those who possessed something seemingly negative, where it was being poor in spirit, but the Lord used that which was actually good and said, "Good, you have seen that you are poor in spirit, now come to me." And then those who mourn, and then saying, "Come to me and let me help you." And now it's saying God blesses those who are humble, or those who are meek, as it can otherwise be translated. It's something quite positive, actually, but again, it's something that sometimes people can see as something that's negative, when in fact it's not. So humility or meekness, it's strength that's under control. It's the ability to be teachable. And it's so much more than that. It's being set apart from what was considered great at the time, because you've got humility here, and so many people at the time, and even people today, don't see humility as necessarily a great attribute, because they're like, no, you can't do that, you're going to be left behind, you're not going to get anywhere in life if, you're living your whole life being really humble. Sometimes you've got to toot your own horn, and that's been the age-old saying, really. But people at the time and people now are quite happy, and it's considered normal, and it's considered fighting for your rights if you act with malice. If you are seen as somebody that no one messes with. If you're someone that does what they want to do, they do them, or you do you. The meek, however, are able to be angry and not sin, as it says in Ephesians 4. The meek hold a strength under control, which is far better than a strength that is just simply seen by everybody. Like, would you rather be the Hulk, who will just smash everything but Bruce Banner doesn't have that total control? Or would you rather actually be able to rein in that? Would you rather be able to have that strength but is actually under control? The meek are yielded to God. The proud are not yielded to God. The meek are able to suffer wrong and not to sit in bitterness, as it's very easy for us to do when we suffer wrong. The meek are able to suffer wrong and to not seek out revenge. The meek, or the humble, are able to submit to proper authority and to work under it well. And we're acting in meekness and in humility when we submit to God's will and not our own. And you see here in verse 5, as Jesus says, that God blesses the meek, God blesses the humble, because he fights for them. They will inherit the whole earth. This is God, the one who created the heavens and earth, and he says, you will inherit. It means it's actually given. It's not like it's something that they've earned. It's something that is blessed to them. It's something that's given, inherited. They don't end up losing out by being meek and humble, but actually they're gaining the whole earth. They're being blessed because of it. The ones who are meek in Jesus, having that poverty of spirit, and so coming to Christ, having mourned and received comfort in the loving arms of the Father, now inherit the whole earth through this meekness, through this humility, through being teachable, through submitting to the Father's will. And so it's an encouragement for each of us tonight that we can actually practice that meekness, that humility, through the strength that he gives us. That when things happen around us, when we want to fight for our rights, when we want to be proud, when we want to toot our own horn, when we want to do any of these things which are not meek and humble, we can ask the Lord to help us, to give us the self-control to actually keep that strength, keep what is really not actually a great strength, us trying to fight for ourselves, but instead to let the Lord fight for us. God bless you guys.